Individual investors often wish to diversify in an investment portfolio with some high risk investments and some low risk investments. In much the same way, corporations like to have a balanced mix of business. Portfolio strategy pertains to the mix of SBUs and product lines that fit together in a logical way to provide synergy and competitive advantage. One coherent way to think about the portfolio strategy is the BCG matrix, also called as growth share matrix, developed in 1968, which helps businesses analyze portfolios. Companies can have a clear picture of how their products or services are performing and how much investment they need, and therefore be able to make strategic moves to make the most of the resources. It is a concept which evaluates the SBUs with respect to two dimensions: business growth rate and the market share. The horizontal axis of the BCG represents the amount of market share of a product and its strength in the particular market. By using relative market share, it helps measure a company's competitiveness. The vertical axis of the BCG matrix represents the growth rate of a product and its potential to grow in a particular market. The business growth or market growth rate, which means the product's sales growth within that market, also suggests how much cash investment it requires. Market share therefore refers to the product's relative share to the market, an indicator of how much cash it generates. Business growth rate pertains to how rapidly the entire industry is increasing. Market share defines whether a business unit has a larger or a smaller share than the competitors. The BCG matrix classifies business units as cash cows, stars, question marks, or the dogs. The cash cow exists in a mature, slow growth industry but is in a dominant business industry with a large market share. Because heavy investments in advertising and plant expansion are no longer required, the corporation earns a positive cash flow. It can milk the cash cow to invest into other riskier businesses. Example, they can fund the star and question mark products like the Apple's MacBook and the iMac, which are the key players in the market. The star has a large market share in a rapidly growing industry and is important because the additional growth potential and profits should be plowed into the business for the investment in future growth and profits. Example, Apple iPhones and iPads. The stars are visible and attractive and will generate a positive cash flow. The question marks exist in a newly rapidly growing industry but only has a small market share. The question mark business is risky. It could become a star or it could fail. The corporations can invest the cash earned from the cash cows in question marks with the goal of nurturing them into future stars. Example, Apple TV, which makes very little money now but is in a growing market, and if managed properly, it has the potential to become market dominant. Finally, the dog, which is a poor performer. It has only a smaller share in a slow growth market and it provides little profit for the corporation and may be targeted for divestment or liquidation if turnaround is not possible. Apple's iPod is an example of such products. The BCG matrix is a simple tool for understanding and analyzing business strategy and formulating appropriate management plans. Using this matrix, companies can manage their portfolios efficiently to make sure the portfolio has enough cash generating products and the cash is being used to further develop the right products or services. Thank you for watching this video. More in the next video, so keep watching and stay tuned with us.